Hello everybody, Lady Rogue Gaming here. I know it's been forever since I've uploaded, but I wanted to show off a software that I personally love. This video is not sponsored. Heroforge is a browser software that you can use to make 3D token figurines for tabletop D&D. I love it for that, but if you're like me and don't play a physical version of D&D and instead play on the computer, you probably use Roll20. Inside of Roll20, you can import PNG map files and character tokens made with various softwares. My personal choice for maps is Dungeon Painter Studio. You can find that on Steam. I think it's like $20. And Heroforge for characters. So, without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. First up is picking your character's fantasy race. For today's example, I'm making a centaur. His name is Telvog Hollowhooves. He's a chaotic neutral bard. You can do the rest of the options in whatever order you prefer. I'm going to be showing my preferred order of customization. So, once you have the race selected, next up is clothing options. With the beast races that change the lower half, you're limited to upper body and head options, with the exception of like races that only the feet are changed, in which case you'd still be able to choose pants and like a waist item. Once you've chosen from the plethora of options, it's time to choose the material and color. I'm going for a more naturally toned shirt with the exception of the color of the bard school he went to, which happens to be a nice dark blue. Once all of the attire is colored, I like to move on to equipment and items, as well as coloring them, of course. Not to brush over it, but you can completely customize the facial expressions as well as choose from a myriad of poses. You can also change the upper body in most poses. For today's example, I'm just leaving the pose to a basic instrument hold, as I don't want to customize the face or anything else too much because we're making a top-down token by the end of this. And now that we have the equipment, color, and pose, we're ready to move on to the exportation process. I forgot to show how to save the token though. You'd click where it says hero with an asterisk and you'd be able to save them from there. For the sake of the 2D token making process, make your character base a vibrant color that's not used in your color palette. So in this example I'm doing hot pink because there's not really any red hues or other like really bright pink hues or anything like that. And the tool we're using, it'll make it easier. So now that you're ready, screenshot it using the button right here. Once you have your screenshot, you'll need to download or open paint.net. I'll have the link in the description. If you're familiar with a different editing software, feel free to use what you're comfortable with. I personally am familiar with paint.net. It also has a specific tool that we need to finalize the token's art style, though I'm sure other versions of this tool exist. Once you have your file imported to paint.net, use the select tool to cut your token out to make it a bit easier to clean up. The process is slightly different with the centaur because the stone details aren't usually there with the humanoid tokens if you select a specific base. So use whatever tools you see fit to remove the stone bits. I am a fan of the lasso tool for this part as it makes selecting irregularly shaped areas a bit easier. The magic wand tool is one of my favorites because you can select most of one color and then just cut it out. You can also change the hardness of it, which means how much it'll be lenient on different hues and shades within the one color. The less hard it is, the more one specific color it will be, the more hardness, the more free it'll be. You still have to clean up the edges a bit with the magic wand tool, but it does the majority of the work for you. Once you've cleaned up the edges to satisfaction, you're ready to start resizing the canvas. Get your canvas evenly squared, It's very important to note, for larger tokens, you need to remove as much space from the token to the canvas border so they display as the correct size. So you want less spacing from where your token starts and where the border ends. Once you've got it resized and your token is centered, we're ready to finalize the style to make it fit with most other top-down token art style, from what I've seen at least, or the top-down tokens I'm familiar with using, I should say. So at the top of the screen, under the Effects tab, select Artistic, and you need the ink sketch tool for what we're doing. I keep the color at 100 to preserve the colors from Heroforge that we took our time to put on there, but it really depends on what the token shape is and what colors you use on how much or how little you want on the ink outline option. Once you're certain everything is good, then you can resize the whole image down to 230 by 230, as that's the standard token resolution for Roll20. Then your token should be done, and all you have to do is send it to your DM, or if you're the DM, you just gotta import it into your map. I hope this tutorial is helpful to anyone that might need it. For those that are interested, I'll post my completed tokens on my Discord server in a channel specifically for free tokens, and they will be for free use. All I ask is that you give credit from where you got them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and again, I hope this helped someone, and if it did, please share, like the video, comment, whatever you want to do, or don't. Honestly, it's up to you. But yeah, have a great day.